Okay, so today I'm just going to recap my review of Man of Steel from when it first came out. I saw it in theaters. I don't know if it was exactly when it came out, but very close to it. So from 2013. So I would always put these little quotes at the top, the best quote from the movie or something that represents what it's all about. So I put a good death is its own reward, which is not a very notable quote and is kind of one of those stock things, but I couldn't think of anything else very notable from it. So that's strike one right there. So I'll just read through it. Wasted potential. That is the best way to describe Man of Steel 2013. Imagine my pleasure upon hearing that Zack Snyder, director of the flawed but exceptional Watchmen 2009, was making a Superman movie with the screenwriting help of Christopher Nolan, a figure with a classic like Memento 2000 obviously under his belt. We're all big Nolan fans over here. This is just an aside. An excellent commercial work such as The Dark Knight 2008 and Inception 2010. The trailers hinted at some serious undertones, maybe even dramatic subtlety. Maybe this would be something like The Dark Knight, I thought. I was so very wrong. It was a middling effort throughout, poorly fleshed out characters with interesting potential that is mostly wasted. It is of little consequence that Henry Cavill, an actor who had yet to achieve stardom, obviously at this point, plays Superman since the characters are so one dimensional that even the finest actor would have little room to impress. Michael Shannon, who plays General Zod, displays his best. He is really trying, you can tell. He's doing all that he can to bring some menace, some intimidation to an underwritten character. He fails in spite of his admirable effort because the screenwriting just feels unfinished. The incredibly talented Amy Adams, with a chance to leave her mark on the character of Lois Lane, feels wasted here too. There's plenty of talking, but it feels like little is said. Between basic exposition and cookie cutter cliches, there's little else to see here. It sports a poor pace and even poorer balance, where the first half wants to be too much talking and too little action, and the second half tries for a total reversal. I felt cheated. I knew they could have done better, so why didn't they? Time constraints, lack of effort, believing that because of the popular subject matter and filmmakers involved, people would grin and bear it no matter what. Those who take for granted their ability to make movies rather than earning that right do not deserve it. And yet, this is seemingly celebrated by audience given box office numbers. Both Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan have tremendous talent. They do not show it here. Here's hoping they better channel their efforts into a project more deserving next time around, which I guess at that time, what was the next thing that each of them did? I don't even know offhand. Running time 143 minutes. Should you watch it? No. That's how I would do it often. Just should you watch it? Yes or no. I wouldn't even give like a star rating, but it would have basically just been a disappointing thing on a scale of 1 to 5, probably maybe like a 2 star. Again, the performances aren't bad, but everything just felt sort of dry. And this isn't part of the review. This is just like my closing thought. It was disappointing. It had a lot of big names attached to it. Maybe it heralds the beginning of, the downturn of these superhero movies where they're just churning them out and making these expanded universes and stuff. And I don't even blame Henry Cavill. Obviously, there was a lot of drama about whether it's his fault that some of them later on didn't do so well or whether he should be Superman. I think he certainly matches the look perfectly. I just think, again, the character wasn't fleshed out deep enough. That's just because he's Superman. You can't cut through his flesh. But no, it's like there was just something missing to it. It was just very bland, very to the point, very expository. No real sense of personality. No real quotable lines that I could remember even at the time. And the biggest issue is the pacing one with respect to, the first half is very dry and slow and not action backed. But the writing also isn't that great that it makes it worthwhile. And then the second half is just nonstop action. It kind of drags out and it just wasn't anything special.